Tonight we make history by having the first female analyst ever in an NFL broadcast booth, Lesley Visser.
She is the only woman enshrined in the Pro Football Hall of Fame and the most acclaimed female sports journalist ever. Lesley Visser was a trailblazer, breaking virtually every barrier in the male-dominated enterprise. She's seen it all, covered it all, and opened up a bright new world for every woman who ever wanted an equal byline with a man in the wide, wide world of athletics.
I have always lived by the great Ralph Waldo Emerson's credo, who said, "Nothing great can be accomplished without enthusiasm." My road began when I was 10 years old. I said to my mother, "You know what? I want to be a sports writer." She said, "That's great. Sometimes you have to cross when it says don't walk." I knew I was a strange child, you know, when other kids would dress up on Halloween as Mary Poppins or someone from The Sound of Music, and I would go as the great Celtic guard Sam Jones.
Just so you know that whatever it is that you want to do, I'm the example that you can do it. Job did not exist for women, so I don't care if you are black or white, Catholic, Protestant, Jewish, gay, straight, Hispanic, Republican, Democrat, whatever it is you want to do, I am the example that you can do it. So dream big and get after it. CBS sent me to the fall of the Berlin Wall, which was, of course, the story of the century, and I watched people who walked from Dresden and Potsdam for days through the Brandenburg Gate just to taste freedom. CBS was so great to me. I got to ride John Madden's bus with him for 6 years, and let me tell you, he was an unusual animal. He was actually brilliant, right? But we'd be riding on that bus. He took the bus, as you all know. And we'd be riding on the bus through probably South Dakota on our way to a 49er game. And John would just look out the window, or Nebraska or Iowa, wherever we were. And he'd just look out and he'd say something like, "Dark chocolate. I don't get it. It's like they got halfway to milk and quit."
Where would we be without Lesley Visser?
The word pioneer is truly appropriate for Lesley. And the fact that someone did it as well as Lesley has done it, I think has given great encouragement and great motivation to a whole host of other women who've tried to do the same thing and have done so successfully.
Any woman who ever aspired to do what Lesley did probably got the idea from Lesley. And I'm not sure that you can give any higher praise than that.
My first job was high school football. And I had the smallest division. Dan Shaughnessy had the next division, Kevin DuPont, the Division 1 or 2. But I would have like Martha's Vineyard. All my schools had two names, Acton, Boxborough, Lincoln. Well, you guys probably all live in these places. So I would have Martha's Vineyard. So I went out, so I would have to take the ferry out. This is way before, you couldn't send any email or anything. So I would go out to Martha's Vineyard. I have my umbrella in one hand, taking stats, running up and down the sideline with the other. So you know how in football, okay, I'm 20 years old, 19, 20, and you know how you get up to the 50, and then you cross the 50, and then you got to do some math there, right? I'm not quite sure what the math there, well, now I know, but then I really didn't. So what the heck, I give the kid an extra 20 yards, right? What do I care? So now I come back, I write my story for the Globe, Division 4, Martha's Vineyard beats Nantucket, ooh, have a byline in the Globe. So this is a true story. The phone rang in the Boston Globe Sports Department, and they said, "Lesley, it's for you." I say, "Hello, Lesley Visser." "Lesley, this is Coach Bear Bryant of Alabama. I see where you got a kid up there who's rushing for like 500 yards a game." I'm like, "Should I come take a look at this young man?" I'm like, "Coach, I really don't think this is what you're thinking. This is some fisherman's kid, right, that I gave another 100 yards to. So you can make mistakes and seek the truth," which I did, and the young man did not go off to play football at Alabama. But the good thing I will leave you with, I learned from the great Billie Jean King, one of my idols. And Billie, I once asked her, she won 20 Wimbledon titles, so she was always in the Wimbledon final. So I once said to her, "Billie, what is the pressure of always being in the Wimbledon final?" And she said something that actually changed the chemistry of my brain. She said, "Are you kidding? Pressure is a privilege." So I thank you. Congratulations, all of you, and I thank you for the pressure and the privilege. Thank you.